Welcome to my channel. My name is Rich. This is Theme Park Motivation. I've been on hundreds of roller coasters across the country, some of the best coasters and some of the worst. And today I'm going to take a look at some of the ones I feel are the most overrated coasters across the United States. So, to start off my list of top 10 overrated coasters, we have Cheetah Hunt at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. This Intamin launch coaster leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, it just didn't do much for me. I've been on way better Intamin launch coasters, and as far as a lot of the bank turns, they were just kind of one inversion, nothing crazy. Number 9, we have Icebreaker. Now, when I went to go and ride this thing, I thought, man, this thing's going to be pretty sweet. With no inversions, that small little tiny top hat, it wasn't that great. Of course, I haven't rode it since they took the comfort collars off, so I don't know if that makes much of a difference, but this is no Pantheon, let's put it that way. Pantheon is one of the best launch coasters I've ever been on. So I kind of just felt like SeaWorld could have done a lot better. The layout was pretty pathetic. It was such a short ride. There really isn't a whole lot to say about this coaster. I love a lot of the premier rides, but this one was not my favorite. So, moving on to our next coaster, and that's Magnum XL 200. I realize there's a lot of hype around this coaster. Enthusiasts love it, say there's a lot of airtime. I didn't find it that thrilling at all. There was barely any airtime, and it was so shaky, I just did not care for it. But moving on to number 7. And that would be Goliath at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This right here is the reason I do not like it. That brake run, you basically stop. And you see how long the stop is? And it just kills all that momentum on that ride. There's really only one great airtime moment on this ride. And other than that, it's just a bunch of bank turns and nothing really to write home about. I was highly disappointed because it's nothing like Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia. This one had the old restraints as well. It just wasn't my favorite. It's not a terrible ride by any means. None of these are really terrible rides. I want to make that perfectly clear. They're just ones that I thought were going to be a lot better than they actually were. So with that being said, we have another roller coaster at the same park, and that would be number 6, Superman Escape from Krypton. And I get it, it's 400 feet. It was the first 400-foot coaster and first coaster to go 100 miles an hour. I get all that. You take that away, it's really just a one-trick pony and nothing more than a drop tower on a track. It's also a very short ride, and they do not accept the Flash Pass, so go to that first if you ever go to Six Flags Magic Mountain. So, Lightning Rod. I have Lightning Rod at number 5. Don't hate me for it, but I just could not get over the fact that that launch going up that hill was so weak, and I had really high expectations. I love all RMCs. It kills me to even have any RMCs on this list, and I actually have 2 of them. But this one, it just left a lot to be desired. I just really like when RMC does cool, unique inversions, and I know this is an older model, one of their firsts, so I cut them a break, but yeah. So, Hang Time at Knott's Berry Farms. This ride was just so short. I've been on other Gerstlauers that were a lot better. This one just, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. Nothing to really look at while you're hanging there. It's nice that it stops, but it was just so short. Such a short ride, and I really don't have anything great to say about it. It was okay. Not a terrible ride, but it was a little shaky, I gotta say, which, some of the Gerstlauer coasters are, so it doesn't surprise me, but like you see, just the fact that it was as short as it was just really got me. Another one is Twisted Cyclone. And I gotta say, it kills me to put these two RMCs on this list. But when I went on that ride, it was terrible. I mean, it was just so short. And, when you wait in line for an hour, you want to get on an awesome coaster. And this thing, Twisted Timbers is way better. I just heard a lot of people say that this coaster was great, so I had really high expectations, and it was not terrible, but it just did not do it for me. It was just such a short coaster. I would say it was like a mini Twisted Timbers even. So coming in at number 2, and that would be Invader at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. This coaster was not terrible. It's a great kids ride, but it belongs in Sesame Place. Okay? It was not tall, it was not fast, it left a lot to be desired. I've been on way better GCIs. So my number 1 most overrated coaster, and that would be West Coast Racers. Now, this is a great kids coaster, however, it's not for kids. I think the height requirement's either 52 or 54 inches, and the launches are very weak. Sometimes when you get to the station, you have to wait upwards of 5 to 7 minutes for that other train, and you have to watch this crappy video, and I gotta say, I wasn't impressed. I think that they could have done a lot better job on this ride, but they definitely put some money into it. It's just, when you're waiting upwards of 2 hours for this ride, it's very disappointing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, as we do a lot of different theme park reviews. Thanks again.